let's do it. Oh, I guess I should probably turn the light on. So we got two tournaments. This is the $20 freeze out, $22.50 guaranteed daily. Still in late reg a little bit. Not going so great so far. Had aces or had kings cracked. Got away pretty good though. So we're not doing the greatest. This one up here in the top left is the 4K Weekly Saturday Deep Stack Rebuy Buy-In add-on, which I took for $21 about 15 minutes ago. Ended up in a 3-bet pot. Made a C-bet, nothing good. Lost a little there. Guy had flopped quads on me, amazingly so, and made only that bet. He bet the river, I folded, and he showed it. I don't know what to tell you. But it was just like Jack 4, Queen, and I delayed the C-bet, bet it on the turn, and then 6 on the river, and I decided that my ace king's good sometimes, and I checked, and he bet this ridiculous bet, and I folded, and he showed quad jacks. It was so silly. But anyway, I got that, and I got two 50NL 9 max on the bottom, so that's what we're looking at. And yeah, so that's the day. Let me go turn the light on here. All right. There we go. So, not the earliest start for me, but not the latest, that's for sure. Feel pretty good. Sorry, getting a text. Uh-huh. Posty. All right. So, yeah. So that's basically the day. There's some... the music's kind of low, isn't it? Well, maybe not. I'll have to see when it comes up. But, yeah, there's some other tournaments later. Obviously, it's not as busy as Sunday's going to be. But there's some good ones, and there's some great cash games. So I'm down a little bit in the cash. Aces versus kings, kings cracks. But it was only for a half stack, so not a big deal. Player raised pre-flop. We got 3 callers. I defended the big blind, flopped the open-ender up here. Player bets, obviously we call. It's the original raiser. It was called here and here and here. 8 on the turn's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. Problem, I'm not sure though. I'm gonna just fold here. Making me a little nervous. This one here was raised pre-flop, check flop, small bet on the turn. Kind of an easy call down. He raised pre-flop and then he bet like 200 on the turn. Hey, the boss, how you doing, my man? What's going on, buddy? Or iBoss. There we go. Now the stream is up. If I can, there we go. That looks pretty good. Cool. All right. Min raise, call, call, call. I, of course, call, flop the open ender. Might go for check raise here. Once this player doesn't bet, there's not as many queens out there. That's kind of a bigger bet. Broke Hustler is kind of a move maker. I am going to check raise. Shouldn't be a lot of aces, so a lot of my outs should still be out there. Yeah, we just take it down. Kind of more profitable than leading out there. Kind of more profitable than that. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Yeah. Well, there's the music. What the hell happened? Okay. Well, whatever. Yeah, so there's... Let me look at the tournaments today. There used to be a lot more tournaments on Saturdays that I liked, but they've kind of changed the schedule around. So there's the 1750 Daily Deep Stack Knockout, which surprisingly is a really good tournament. I like it. There's also the 1250 Daily Buy and Rebuy Add-on for a total cost of 15. That's kind of a good one. So we're going to keep an eye on both of those. And, yeah. We'll just go from there. Actually, you know what? Let me close the rebuy so I don't automatically enter it. I don't mind this for this raise. Learn to Swim opens a ton of hands. He's a very aggressive guy, so when we flop well, we can do okay. This isn't bad. I wish the 7 was a spade or something. I'm going to check. I don't think it's profitable to bet because too many 10s are going to call and we're going to end up in bluff spots. I think when we check the flop, we can bet the turn. We can also call a bet from the original raiser, especially a pot size bet. Check back. Aces. Wow. The funny part is, if I had had the straight or the 9, I think I can actually get really paid off there because that's kind of a weird, like, pot control thing off the bat. Like, it's kind of weird. Yeah, interesting. Let's just go back to the tournaments. Trash hand. All right, we got this going on. Not the worst. I am going to check. I was going to bet, but I am kind of concerned slightly. All right. The bet and a call we can absolutely fold. This is now interesting here. So this was raised and called, and then I called, and this player called. Obviously, we flopped monster equity. Yeah, those players are all in on the other table. Oh, the guy folded. There's a club on the turn for a 3 flush and then a queen on the river. So super small bet, could be super strong, could be super weak. Doesn't really matter to me. We are going to rip. There's not a whole hell of a lot else to do. If he has an ace, he should probably call. Ace queen should call, especially with the queen of spades. 2 pairs will call. Ace 8. Was not expecting that. That's kind of shitty. That's why we get a spade, because this is fucking banana crackers. I would check raise jam all value hands as well as the spades, And this is just bad. Like, you could totally run into a better ace behind. That's just awful. Make a little note on you, pal. Nice little rebuy, though. People see stuff like that and they're like, oh, that's a good call. No, it's not. Even just think about my outs. I had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 9, 14 outs. Means I'm ahead. Little note on you. Not bad. It's not too much out there. I think we can just bet. Player calls. 6 in the turn. We're going to check back because it's kind of weird. King on the river is kind of good. We're going to go ahead and go for it. Nice. He didn't have a jack. He had like a 5. He had something like 5-4, 5-3. But he didn't even consider it with the jack. Have won in one of the tournaments, but I think this will be more interesting. I'm just opening from the button in the 2250 daily with 6-5. Got called. Flop comes off ace-6-4 versus the big blind defender. We can obviously bet, and I do. I folded the queen-10. Yeah. It's just nice to have a piece of it for removal. Means less combos of like 4-6 and 6-5 and hands like that that'll keep going. This is a fun one on the other table. So we see a limper out of first, who is very deep. Caller over here. Obviously, we're going to raise. Although it's kind of shit because this player is doing some really weird stuff. That's kind of the best flop I can hope for. I'm going to try to tickle him with a small bet. He'll jam flush draws. He'll do anything with anything. I don't think we want to check because a heart comes off. It's going to kill my action anyway. He's going to have hands like 10 jack, pocket 9s, pocket 8s, things like that. Dun, 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 dun. Guess I can keep that over there. I was like 58, 56% with that 9-6. I guess we could run it, right? I mean, I guess I've run it before, but I always, like, forget it. So I'm going to run on Equilab. So I had the, what was it? The 6-9 spades. And my opponent had the ace-8 of diamonds. Right? And the board was, I'm going to look it up. Hang on. The board was the ace of spades, king of spades, 9 of diamonds. Okay, evaluate. 50-50. Way to get there with the spades. Yep, it's a talent. Yeah, it's 50-50, but if you look at the... Oh, that's with the 8. Yeah, it's 50-50. But with the aggression and all like that, I am miles in favor of mine versus his. Ugh. Blinds up. So is this thing still in late reg? I don't think it is. Is it? No. So it's closed out. So it got 132 players. So top 24 getting paid. Top prize in this one is $558. Min cash is $34, paying 24. This other one is the bigger tournament of the day. 226 players. Top prize $874. Min cash $39, cashing at 36 players. So pretty good. And we got the ace-8 of spades. Appreciate y'all being here.
Hello there.
Hey. I'll take that. Very much dehydrated. Bum, bum, bum. Raise it up. Very aggressive player on the button. Short stacky guy. Only just got here. Curly is kind of meh. So, ooh, actually got a slice. I don't mind this. I'm actually just going to bet small. Super small. There are pairs behind and things like that, but once we get past this player, I kind of feel good about it because we have the position. Although these guys are most likely to have a 6. Curly plays everything, so I don't put it past him for a second to have a 6. I am going to take a shot in case he has 5-7 or 3-5. Just in case. He'll raise me now if he has a 6. Nice play. Not really. You're kind of predictable. You're a fucking moron because you just jam right there. Could have checked. There's a world in which that he has spades and he does that to bluff, but I know the player really too well. So GTO would say call there, but I know the player far too well. And he doesn't do that on the bluff. I'm actually going to look at my notes. Min raise second in a 4-way pot on a big blind board. 4-way checks flop, check turn river with 3 of a kind. Oh, look at that. And in big bold letters. Not bluffing. Always calling on the draw. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Betting twice there is optimistic, but if I have jacks, that's what I would do. It's just a no-raise pot. It's a limp pot, so I defended. You see this shit a lot from guys like this, honestly. Like, I know his tempo and his time. He's investing post-flop because he doesn't want to invest pre-flop. So it doesn't mean that he improved on that board. It just kind of means, like, he's just limping everything. Like, you see this? Like, this is the guy who limped and called my raise and then just snap folds on a flop. The problem is that it causes situations like this where normally I don't like to play this hand without raising, but we're not going to get it through. Like, normally I would 3-bet the 4-3 and go to, like, 1,200 or something, or maybe even 1,500, but he's not going to fold. He's got too many chips, and once he calls, we might end up against multiple players, which can be good for leverage, but it's also kind of rough. And we pick up shit like this, like gut shots and weird things like that, so this is where the eighth should live. This is kind of odd. I'm just going to get out of there. All right, so we got this going. I'm going to make it $7 off the bat. This player is very short, but if they rejam, it will reopen the betting. Hey, and I got aces on the other table. He's all in. We call. Hold, please. Ooh, that's rough. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. Wow, he's got a lot of outs. That's not one of them. So I'll take that. And now we got this. I raised pre-flop. You know what? Let me set this off. He's only got 20 bucks, so if he doesn't have anything, he's not going to continue. Unless we can tickle a bet out of him here with this small bet. But he just doesn't have much. Ooh, queen's right after it. I like that. Oh, he left right away, so he wasn't looking to do anything. Not bad, not bad. Every time I go to the OBS, it's going to bring up this on the side here, this little block. That's the chat. Well, that's a good flop. So there's 4 players in this pot, and I don't love these scenarios because of flush draws. I'm going to back it off just a little bit, but I'm still going to bet about 80% pot just because we want flush draws and straight draws to get charged. Sometimes things like this happen, which is great because it's a lot of sets and draws. And I make quads. Hey! Sick play, Broke Hustler. What a great move. Just ram all the money in. That's awesome, bro. What a great play. He's been tilty. I've been watching him for like 2 hours now. We play a lot, and he is super aggressive, but I feel like he's just really been running bad today. So he's really getting fucked. Like so he's kind of lost his mind. So I've seen him jam a bunch of draws that were not good draws to jam, and like that's gonna work a lot. Yeah, he just left the game. That sucks. He's on a bunch of other tables, but I feel like he's gonna call it quits pretty soon. He's not in any tournaments, I don't think. No, I don't see him in any of these. Oh, no, that's not him. That's the other guy. Similar name. Or similar avatar. And similar player. But a much better player. I mean, that's pretty good. We're just going to go ahead and bet. I don't expect somebody to have much. But we're going to try. Maybe we get some action here. I mean, the truth is my kicker doesn't matter. Yeah. I think if I had bet small, he probably would have raised me. I'm aware of this player too. Let me look at his note. Yeah, I probably should have bet small and made him raise me. I think I have another seat. It's not a great one, though. So, I'm just going to get on the list for this other table. Hey, I'm up money. Nice. Made back my tournament entries. My man had fucking 15 outs on me going to the river. You guys hear that? That yelping? Chi-Chi's having a dream. Alright, we got this one. Chi-Chi's having a little dream. There's the Chi-Chi face. Eee. The sweetest boy. So this player raised, I re-raised. I am going to go ahead and check. I was going to bet, but I don't think it's that great of an idea. I want him to go off with dumb shit. And I can't ever fold here. Wow, he had a 6. Glad I didn't bet the flop. Got another table here. Yeah, that's a better seat. And I doubled up on this one earlier. So the tables might look a little weird, but don't worry about it. Because I'm getting off one of the tables, and this player has opened to this size three times now out of the first position. 3 out of the last 4. I'm gonna defend one. Ooh, not a great flop, but he doesn't know that. Kind of depends. He goes a little better than half pot. I don't know, man. I mean, I know there's floats in here because of 7-8 and 9-7 and 5-7 and 5-8. Jack 9, Jack 8, Jack King, King 9, King Jack. Some queens. I'm not gonna attempt that. I don't think this player is that aware, so I don't think it's a good move. I like that I took a long time because next time that happens, when I call, he's just gonna blast off on the turn. Okay. Good little note on him. It's one of my coded notes. Tell me if you can figure that out. GB2XT F/R. They're real words. They're real words in poker that I abbreviated. Oh, here we go. Super small bet. And we make the nuts. Let's go for a little raise. He calls. I don't know how big I can go. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to go big. Oof. Oof. Did you really have a 10? I mean, I could see him having something like 8-7. Yeah, I bet 8-7, right? Ace 8. Wow. Ooh. L'chaim. This dude bet so small on the flop. He bet 280 and I called it. And I check raised the river, or the turn, and then bet full value on the river, and he called me with second pair. Jesus. It's super bad. Like, I don't know what he's thinking he beats there. Alright. We're off that one. Just gotta see if I can get this to the right size. Is that right? No, that's not right. Look at that. Just jamming 40 blinds, bro? 35? You can have it. Man, people are really banging in big piles there. It's a good call with the Ace of Hearts. Because it should just be like 10 Jack at worst. It's never going to be an 8. It's never going to be. I mean, I guess it could be a hand like 7s, but even versus that, you have 9 outs twice because he can get counterfeited. But it's going to be a lot of times it's going to be 10 Jack and 6 7 and things like that. It's never really supposed to be a flush draw because you're holding the Ace of Hearts, so that's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Okay. Wow, powerful, bro. First hand. Do you think it's less EV to overbet the nuts? No, honestly, no. A lot of times, it happens in cash games a lot for me just because you make the nuts more in cash games. I'm going to go ahead and bet here. I'm going to be aggressive and go big. There shouldn't be too many jacks. We're just trying to make a 6 or a 7, think about it. There could also be heart draws. I may be bluffing into something good here, but I kind of doubt it. He can definitely have like the suited ace of hearts, ace queen, ace king, ace 10. He can have some pairs of 6s, but not really. Like, unless he has like just the monster, like it's whatever. Well, I made the nuts, so we're going to go ahead and just go full pot and see what happens. The only full houses he has is pocket 6s, and he has quad jacks. But if he has ace jack, he may also call. There's a world also where he has 3s, but that's kind of whatever. So I think we'll just call king jack. You don't really know how to trap, do you? You're trapping with nowhere near the best hand. Is he going to have the best jack often? Yes. Ace jack, I think you could play it that way, but king jack, in all honesty, because of room for ace jack, I don't think you can really do that. But I also don't think I can jam, because how do I jam and get called there by something that I beat? There's supposed to be like pocket 6s, you know, hands like pocket 4s, maybe in pocket 3s that got lucky. There's not a lot of full houses containing a jack, so that's one that reminds me of like playing live and the guy bets the river and you sit there thinking about it, and you know, they say something and then they show you the jack and you're like, huh, all in. And I've done that a few times. And I had one guy who was sitting there and he was hemming and hawing, and I had a full house. I just wasn't sure if I was going to go all in. I had pocket 5s. I remember it. It was Jack 10, or no, Jack 4, and then we went check, and then he bet the turn pretty hefty, and I hit the 5 on the turn. And then the river came off, and it was like, whatever, it was a non-consequential card. And I bet, and he raised, and I sat there going, huh, really? That's a good way to play a jack or something like that. And he goes, I got one of those. And he turned it over. And I was like, wow. And I looked at it in the comment, wow, I just made another straight. Look at this. And this is kind of weird because Gutshot's got there. But we can get raised by a lot of hands that we beat here. I have another table that I'm going to be getting on. I have an interesting spot in the tournament, too. Queen Jack. Tournament one was just a raise pre-flop and a c-bet. Good fold, Vegas. I think they had like one pair, so it's probably a good fold. But yeah, so he turned it over, and then I jammed on him, and then he went motherfucker, and he was like, he's like, you should show me a card, and I said, I can't show you a card. And I said, I guess you don't know where the other jack is. And when I said that, it was something to that effect, and he goes, no, I don't, but I know where it's not. And he called, and he turned over ace jack, and he's like, you don't have it. And I was like, you're right. And I turned over the pocket 5s. And it was very funny because everybody started doing the Teddy KGB accent, because it was like, you know, you're right, I don't have spades. You know, it was very that. But it was really funny. And he was like, damn it. And he had ace jack. And we talked about it later. And this is back in like 08, so like blocker conversations were just coming around, so he didn't really know what I was talking about. But I was like, yeah, when you have the king jack, it's kind of harder, or you have the ace jack, it's kind of better for you because if I have a jack, I am raising with it, and you have the best jack. And he's like, and I was like, to be fair, I hit it on the turn, so your read isn't wrong. It's just like you just kind of did everything right except for the river call. And we came to the consensus that the river call was bad, and not the river raise. And then we got into this thing, and I was like, well, sometimes you're going to have raises on the river that you're going to fold because the pot isn't big enough for that hand. But then when I jam, it's way too big because I led the river. And he kind of didn't get that concept, and he kind of, whatever. Oh, was that a tournament? I didn't even realize. Yeah, that was a tournament up top. Yeah, with the Jack 9 where I made the nuts. Yeah, where I went big. It wasn't over pot though. It was only like 80%. I could have probably gone bigger with that guy because that's the reason why you overbet pots is so that it looks like a bluff. Like you're supposed to look like you're full of shit. It is a much more common thing that I'll do in tournaments or in cash games, just because the situation comes up so much more. And in tournaments, it's kind of more important to get paid something. Like, this is the thing people don't realize. Like, playing cash games, as long as you have money, you're never out of the game, right? But when you're in a tournament, if you get busted, you're out of the fucking tournament, obviously. So it's just important to keep increasing your stack the entire time. So getting paid something in a tournament is so much better. You don't see overbetting much in tournaments. Like, unless it's like, the guy 3-bets you and you have jacks and the flop comes off ace, jack, jack. Like, and the guy leads big, then you might overbet just to be like, okay, he's going to have aces here a bunch. This is kind of sketch because I don't love the jack. But day tripping did limp, so he can have anything. I'm probably going to have to bet twice because he's going to have pocket 9s and 10s and 8s. Well, maybe he just had like king jack or king 10 or something. But he should have 9s and 10s and 8s there, so you have to bet again on the turn, and you may even have to fire river. I mean, if it comes off favorable like a queen or something like that, then I'm just being value betting. But with no improvement, I think I'm going 2 streets. I'm definitely going on the turn, and depending on what the river is, well, the turn too. If the turn's an ace, I kind of can check and then bet river. But a neutral card, I can bet the turn and get him off of all pairs under a jack. It's a bad raise. It's the worst fucking play ever. I have 21 blinds. It shouldn't be a factor in my decision making, but I do have another tournament that's a freeze out that's starting in 18 minutes. So we're happy either way to get the money in here, but it's always nice to have that. Okay. Carlton's not going to fold any pair to me, so I'm just going to go ahead and rip. Yeah, in a tournament it makes more sense to make the play you did. I was thinking it was cash. In cash, I would have overbet, especially versus that player, because it's easier to get called. You know what I'm saying? In a tournament, not as easy to get called, and you need to, you're up against the clock. You need to keep growing your stack with the blinds. So in tournaments, I'm much more likely to bet small if I feel like the player doesn't have much. I was sitting there thinking, because he called me, like, that he had two pair. Like, when he bets small on the flop, right, it looks like he had an 8. The board was, 10-8 deuce or something like that. So he bet small on the flop. It looked like he had an 8. And I was right, but then he he bets the turn a little bit bigger, same percentage-wise, but a little bit more chips. And then I raise him small. He should have two pair there, just a ton. Like, he should totally have two pair there. Like, and I was thinking 8-7 or possibly 10-8, but 8-7 makes more sense. I wasn't going to play this. Look at this. I wasn't going to play this, but how do I fold 40% of a royal here? So when he checks the river, I feel like he's only afraid of the straight. Like, so I went big, but he just loses to top pair. Like, I don't even know. Like, I could just have 10 jack and just be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But having 9 jack, having the nuts, I can absolutely overbet. Also, getting paid on overbets is satisfying. It's very satisfying. I had one yesterday where I bet 5 times the pot, and the guy snap called me, and I had just flopped. He raised, and I re-raised pre-flop with ace king. Look at this guy. Yeah, you're fucked, bro. I re-raised with ace king. He called it, and it came off ace king 3 or something like that, and then wow, and then he called. I checked, and then he thought about it and checked behind, and then we went check on the turn, and then on the river, look at that, look at this, look at that, and the spades win, of course. And then on the river there was like $10 in the pot, and he bet $4, so it was like a blocker bet, and I just jammed like 40, whatever it was, $42 or $43 or something like that, and he fucking snap called it, snippety snap called it with ace queen, and I just roll over the ace king, and it's like, he fell for it because, like, my hand looks like just garbage. Like, it looks like I have ace queen also or worse. So, like, it looks like a free roll bet. So he's not wrong to call it, but GTO wise, but that's one where you beat the solver with exploit, because at the levels I'm playing, you're not going to see people doing that without something monstrous. Like, but he's sitting there going, wait a minute, I have ace queen. How does this guy, the only thing hand he could have is kings here, and he would have bet that on the turn. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he's right, but not always. Not always. Oh, son of a bitch. Nice fold, Josh. Oh, but look at this. How at risk am I? I would have won it. Would have won it for a whole pile. That sucks. It was a good raise by this guy with the jacks. I mean, that's why you make the raise. But would have flopped the jiznoint. But yeah, he just snap called it and had the ace queen. And it makes sense because I shouldn't have aces. I shouldn't have... If he has an ace, I have less chance of having ace king. So I really should only have kings because deuces aren't going to 3-bet from middle position like I did. And, it's just one of those situations where GTO, his call is correct. But in reality, which is the exploit for GTO, is what really goes on. It's a fold just because it's way too much. Your hand can't take that much heat, but that's why it worked. Go on, Ron. I'm not even going to bother. Ooh, I just flopped a set in a re-raised pot, and I have queens going on this other table that was bet pretty big. You guys can't see any of them. There we go. Got paid on that. And then I'm down here. He opened for $3, and I just called it. And then he bet the flop, and I called it. And then the river came off, and he checked, and I bet, and I called it. So nice little win there. Hey, on the stream I'm up $100, and for the day I'm up. Well, I guess I'm up like 50 or 60. Wait a minute, what am I up? 78. I'm up like $66, but I put out 41 in tournament buy-ins, so. But yeah, there is nothing better than like just overbet jamming like a fucking maniac and somebody just. It's so great when it happens live. Like I haven't played live in so long, but it's so great when you're in this situation. And I had one in a tournament at South Point not too long ago, and this was to get to the final table, and this guy had re-raised me a whole bunch, and I had fucking pocket jacks, and I just that sucks, and I decided I was gonna just play this one, so I made the standard open. He re-raised, and we were 1 and 2 in chips. I was 2, he was 1, and the flop came off like ace jack 4, and the guy had been raising so much that this is one where you just have to close your eyes and just be like, okay, whatever. And no, there was more to it. It was ace king jack, and then there was a 4 on the turn and a 4 on the river, and he bet and I called, and then he checked, and I bet small, like 1/3 pot, and he kind of hemmed and hawed on it, and then he called, and then the river comes off, and it's so perfect because if he has ace king or ace jack, right, he beats an ace with kicker problems, right, which is what I'm going to have a lot there. I'm going to let that go. So because it was ace king jack 4-4. So if he has ace queen, he now has aces and fours with a queen, or with a queen instead of a jack. You know what I'm saying? But if he has ace 10, then he has ace 4-4 king, just like the ace queen. So it's like my ace 10 doesn't beat his ace, whatever the fuck. But if he can beat a lone ace, then he absolutely should be betting. So the river comes off, and I kind of shuffle the chips for a minute and just kind of sit there. So he's going 3x. If I go the proper raise, yeah, I'm going to jam on him. If I go the proper raise, it's more than 1/3 of his stacks, so I'm just going to put him in. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind winning that way. So I sat there and I thought about it for a while, and I just kind of went, and I just said all in. And he goes, "What did you say?" And I go, "I said I'm all in." And he goes, and he just kind of like makes that face like this forever. And he's sitting there going, "What do you got?" And blah blah blah, and all this nonsense that things do like that. And at one point, he looked at me, and I just kind of went, and he goes, "I call," and it reminded me of Scotty Wynn when he was like, "You call this one, it's all over, baby," and the guy was like, "I call, I play the board," and it was like, "Yeah, you lose, motherfucker," and I was just like, I rolled over the jacks, and he was just like, "Fuck," and I took like 80% of his stack, and he was left with crumbs, and then we made the final table, and he actually made it. And he did double up once, but then I ended up taking him out when the poor bastard jammed with ace queen from the small blind. He ended up being right there, and I just looked down and I have fucking queens, and I'm just like, all right, man, and I just call, and it was just over. But it sucks too because he went out seventh, and he was a really good player, like not really good, but for the field he was good. But yeah, he totally fell for the overbet. But because I bet like almost 3 times the size of the pot on the end, because my feeling was like, we're at this point, like, what are we going to get paid by? This is kind of sketch because of the jack, but I don't mind betting it. This is my biggest problem. All right. Day trip and calling. The 10's not great. I should have queen jack or queen king more than him. The flush is kind of bad. That's kind of a blocker bet. Let me look at my notes. Ooh, okay. I have his range tacked as hands he won't re-raise, and king, queen, and suited hands are ones he doesn't raise from the blind. Ooh, hello. I've got like 17 blinds. Ryan's a good player. We've been on like multiple final tables together. So this is one where it's like, do you see bet or not? I'm just going to check back. He's not going to have a lot that can beat me here because I think he 3-bets a lot of aces. He can sometimes have hands like 7, 8, or 5, 6, but he's not folding those on the flop anyway. So we're just going to check the flop, bet the turn, and maybe check the river. He leads. This is usually blockery like 9, 10, or 2 clubs. We're going to go ahead and call. 6 is kind of the worst card because all 2 pairs get there. Kind of depends what he bets if I'll call it or not. Wow, I can't call that. That's bad. Yeah, he's either got a straight or 2 pair. I can't beat either one. He doesn't have an ace. It's kind of sad, but he doesn't have an ace. But I think that's best played. That's a very tournament play right there. Like in a cash game, I think I'm just c-betting 100% of my range. But it's like in a tournament, you don't want to do that because then you're just so exploitable when the guy has a rag ace. But he doesn't have a rag ace there. He's only playing stronger hands. So he probably had 5, 6, or 7, or 3, 4, something like that just crushes me. Ooh. Oh, we're about to be on break here. Oh, fucking hangnail. Yeah. All right. We're on break. I'll be right back. I decided to grab caffeine, and I left it on the counter. Second soda Saturday. All right. Well, these tables might not be the greatest because we're losing players, but I'm gonna see what else is available. Everybody's fucking sitting out. Wow, that's a good table though. I'm kind of gambling because I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a risk on trying to get on another table and get off one of them that I'm on. Yeah. There's 5 players on this. 6. 7. I don't know. It's not bad, this other table I'm looking at, but it doesn't have a lot of potential. I'm going to kill it and get on the other one. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's a little bum hunty, but you'll see it when I switch and show the table. Had to make sure the mic was on. Yeah, so check. Yeah, this other table just looks better to me. All right, good. And there's a couple of shitty regs. Yeah. That's interesting. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to fuck around. We do have this one. This is a better scenario. Sitting pretty well in this one, 45th out of 120. And we got a limp and a limp. I do believe we're going to go for this. Has to be big. If Ron jams, I can't fold. Like, if he jams for 11K, it's going to be... What is that? 16, 17. So it's going to cost me 7 to win 17. So I can't fold because even if he has like pocket 9s, I can't fold. Look at the cold call out of the big blind from the big stack. This rejam would suck because I would have to jam over it, and this should be a trap. But it can also be just a chip drunk guy with like pocket 8s or pocket 9s or something. I had to say pocket 9s, didn't I? I am going to down bet. Right about there. Just trying to get rid of the riffraff. If he has something, he'll continue. Sorry, different table came up. Of course he calls. Now I kind of want this fucker to jam so I can get out of the way. Fine. This guy's not going to fold. Ace queen. Good for him. Just played it completely wrong and just won it anyway, huh? Awesome. That sucks. I mean, it's ambitious, but it's not bad. I think I found a better table. Did I? No, I didn't. I recognize one of these players. So, that was frustrating. I could have just checked the flop, right? Like, his cold call doesn't have to be garbage, but he's playing everything and just hitting, so it's like... I think that's going to work. And the Queen 10 being there is fucking ridiculous. He limped and called an 8x raise with Queen 10 off. I mean, that's just fucking... Ugh. And it's funny because I would have jammed the turn if it wasn't for the third guy in, and I would have absolutely lost at that point. This guy loves to 3-bet, so I don't mind calling. I got ace-king on the same table as I had the ace-7. That sucks. So this, I think, is more interesting. This motherfucker had kings. Look at this. He had fucking kings on this board and never bet. He 3-bet me and then never bet. I maybe could have stolen it, but I'm not sure. So this is interesting. This player opens kind of standard. This guy min-click raises. I was thinking about jamming, but then I'm thinking, I feel like the calls are going to come from this player way too often, so that's not great. But it could definitely just be jacks or queens or something. Great, now that table's fucking garbage. Now that I made my decision, everybody left the fucking table. Fuck that. Great, now I lost my fucking seat. Okay, there we go. Damn shame. This should be a set. It can sometimes be a flush or a straight, but it should be a set of like 4s or 9s. My man's just running hot. Fucking 2 great hands, and it cost me money. I'm definitely glad I didn't jam it pre-flop, though. Not even results oriented, but I just don't think it was the play. Well, 9 blinds. Hey, now I got 10. Nope. Almost. Man. My man is just hitting every board. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna fold. If he had folded, I would have raised. But with 3 players in the pot, I can't bluff. 9, right? Yeah. God, how good would a jack have been? Like, I know he's blocker betting, but I don't know if I can get him off of it with 1 bet, and betting flop or betting turn and river is not a good idea there. Why am I leaning over to look at this thing to jump around screens? I can move the fucking OBS. That's stupid. I'm an idiot. Look at this. Limp, call, raise, min raise. When short stacks do this, they're only supposed to have monsters. Like, a full stack player is one thing, but this is the guy who just fucking went off and gave me the money with a pair that he overplayed, so you should just keep betting. If you have a pair, bet like a third or a three-quarter. Don't bet half pot. Three-quarter can look like bullshit. Full pot bet, even worse. Min raise, called it. I think I get beat by the jack. How do you not bet? Like, you're last in position. Like, what the... Like, that is such a huge mistake. Because there's going to be so many two-pair combos now. Queen jack. Yeah, even 10 jack I think is supposed to call a reasonable bet here. The sevens is like... They could have bet the turn for sure. I guess I could have too, though. No. I guess it's better to bet with the 9-6 than it is the pocket sevens, because having a 6 in my hand makes it possible, or makes it less possible somebody has a set of 6s. It's not really that material, but it's just always something to think about. Did this guy do it again? Yeah, see, the next one, that same player who had limp raised, he limped, got raised, and just called it with 10-9, and then just check raised the guy top pair, and then called him down. It's pretty good. Defended the big blind to a min raise. I mean, the thing is, I have to bet big if I have a pair, because I have to protect. Yeah. Pair the board and I'll jam. Woo! That's a good one. That's a good one. Just because I'm so short that I have to bet so much because I have to protect my hand. So I just don't want him calling with ace high there. Like, if he has a hand like ace 10 or ace jack, he really can't call. Ace queen and ace king, yeah. But no, the other ones, no. Probably getting it in here, considering the fact that I have about 13 blinds before the small blind here. So probably getting it in. Kind of sucks. Eight-handed. What do I know about him? Okay. Obviously, I can't call. Can I? No, I'll have less than 3K. All right, let's go. And I don't need the big blind coming in. Oh, ace. Oh, queen, 10, 10, jack. No, no good. I'm dead. Just quads? All right, good for you. Whatever. I am going to register this other tournament. 55th, we were still really far from the cash. I think top 24 got paid. So, that's fine. 13 blinds, ace queen, what are you going to do? I got a couple of... Well, no, I guess not. I was going to say I have a couple of good hands, but I only had one. Alright. It's kind of rough when these players 3-bet. Although I don't think in tournaments we see it anywhere near as much. This is an interesting play. I'm going to check the ace. 1, because my ace isn't the strongest, and 2, because I don't want to lose customers. So this guy's just going to bet down everything. He's going a little bit bigger. Ron's all in. It's tough. I gotta say that my ace 10 is like borderline. If I had ace jack, I would have called. I don't think he's ever jamming a flush draw. Got an interesting one down here. It's just going bet, bet, bet. Ah. What did he have? Ace king. Also have this one. This player raised and bet pretty big on the flop. I am going to go for Value Town and Protection. A call, spade on the river is bad, king is bad. I'm going to check. Queen Jack. Pretty good. The king's the problem because he's going to have King Jack as often as he has Queen Jack. So, and I'm never going to get him off of it. Like, even if I just monster. When people fucking improve on the river, they just absolutely don't. You know, they don't fold. All right, so this is the, up here. Where the hell is the thing? This one is the $20 buy-in, $17.50 guaranteed knockout, which means every time you knock a player out, you get $5. So that's cool. People play these wrong because they're studying progressive knockout tournaments where the bounties aren't just flat. So the entirety of this tournament, every bounty is worth the same amount. It's worth a quarter of the chips you start with. So it's worth 1,250 chips. So in a progressive bounty, if it was like, let's say this was a progressive, and it starts out at, you know, $10. If somebody has an $80 bounty, then you can sit there and go, wait a minute. That's like how many starting stacks? You know what I'm saying? It's like 4 starting stacks. So you add 20,000 chips to the pot later in the tournament when you try to figure out if you have the pot odds. That's the way you play progressive knockouts. People here are doing it like that, but they're flat knockout, which means those chips are never going to increase in value. They're always going to be worth 1,250 chips. So that's all you got to add to it. It's kind of ridiculous. Take longer, Elon. Oh my god, dude. Take longer. Wow. Fascinating. I'd love for him to have, like, Jack 8 and have a deuce hit this river. Or even better, Queen Jack and let a deuce hit the river. God, take longer, you fucking lame ass. I'm up like 60 in the cash because I've covered all my buy-ins and shit. Where did I start the day? I'm up $2 and I've got $63 in tournament entries, or $61. So I'm up $63 in tournament entries. We are going to raise. Could have gone to 3, but eh. So the 4K weekly Saturday is kind of taking a bad turn. I still have 10K, which is 13 blinds. Oh my god, 13 blinds again. What other tournaments do I have? I think this is fine. Player's short, so I don't want to raise and get re-raised. With one call, we can call. With one call, we can call. Ooh. And he's very short, so if he has a slice of this, he should just be betting huge. I'm going to bet the turn. I'm going to be getting it in with ace-king in the other one. Big stack limped in first. Some guy went 5x. I jammed for 9,800. He has pocket 10s. He flopped a 10. I flopped the king. Well, the money was going in there. I only had 13 blinds, so whatever. But nice little takedown with the 10-9. God damn it, I busted both those tournaments that quick. 93. Yeah, we were still miles away from the fucking cash. 11? That's so weird. What? 22 blind opened? Okay, cool. Whatever you want, man. So there is another tournament, the 1250 Daily Deep Stack. I don't think there's anything else because satellites have consumed other tournaments. There's other stuff, but this is the only one that I would play from here. It's not bad, but it does have 55 more minutes of late reg, so that's what I would wait on. Because just take a buy-in, rebuy, and add-on. And what is it? 75 minutes, so it would be level 8. So the blinds would be 60 and 120. And with a buy-in, rebuy, and add-on, right, for $5 each, I'm getting 16,000 chips. So I'd have like 140 blinds. Like, it's just pointless to show up to this tournament early. Even if you triple up on a double buy-in, you'd have 24K. You'd have 32 after the add-on, which you should always take because it's so much value. But even having 32,000, which would be monstrous in this tournament, it's not worth the time because you're just opening yourself up to more risk to lose more buy-ins. So it's a very rec-heavy field. It's a very fun tournament. And top prize does get to about $500 or $600. So it's pretty good money. I did well in it about 10 days, or almost 2 weeks ago. So we're going to get in that one, but not for another 55 minutes. I'm actually going to set a timer so I don't miss it. This is a limped pot. Doesn't mean somebody can't have an ace. But now they can't. So just going to go ahead and tickle. Snap call. Double snap call. Unless somebody has king-queen, I should be winning a lot here, unless they're trapping. Wow. Overcalled. Overcalled. Twice. Did everybody just have a jack? Jack 3, Jack 3. I love it. I like about that value. How about that thin value, man? I just love when people are like, you don't have an ace. Don't need one. This was a min-raised pot. Check. It's a bounty tournament and people are limping that shit. So this is kind of interesting. This player's been kind of meh. Wow, look at that flop. In the tournament, I have 8-10 of diamond, or 8 queen of diamonds, and the flop is 9 jack deuce with 2 diamonds. So just calling. This player c-bet it up top. I'll show you guys in a second, but this is, where we're at. I'm just going to call. He can definitely have queen 10. He can definitely have king queen, ace queen. But we're going to see. My draw bricked out. So I'm probably just going to check. That's kind of weird. Does he ever have queen 10 here? Or, does he bet a single queen this way? Wow, I won it with the queen 8. This is kind of tough. Like, he bet the turn like that. My question is, does he ever just have a queen and bet this way? I think I have to call. This sucks. If he has ace-queen, I'm going to be pissed. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, come on. How do you guys expect to beat me?
Come on. But yeah, this happened on the other table. This player bet the turn, or flop and turn, and then just checked the river, and I fucking beat him with queen high. But how you like that one? Oh, I got to set the timer for this. So 52 minutes. Timer's going to go off in about 50 minutes. Yeah. So that'll go off. So I'm going to apologize now for the sound that it makes if I don't catch it, because we're not entering that one for another 50 minutes. So what is that? 4:15? Yeah. I mean, I guess I could put it on the other fucking screen because I'm not really looking for another cash game right now. So I guess I can just keep an eye on it on the main screen. All right, feeling good. It's so weird, though. Why would he turn those nines into a bluff when the queen hits? Like, what is he going to push me off of? That's a really poor bet. Not bad. These players are both super short, so... I'm just going to check. And I make the nuts on the river. He's going to bet big, too. How does this guy have a 7? Really? You're folding the king? Oh, you didn't even have a king, did you? That's cute. That's real cute. You ain't even had no king. You ain't got no king. I wonder if I min raise him if he folds. But yeah, it's $11 behind. I mean, this is just a joke. It's my $11, man. I got all my fucking vape shit in, and I was able to make my 2 favorite flavors again. Oh my god. This one is Hungarian rose candy mixed with sweet tarts. It is honestly one of my favorite flavors in the world, and this is my absolute favorite. This is absinthe, and kiwi. And it's just a rich, sweet black licorice, which is so strange because I used to hate black licorice until I was going through a thing, and it was an eating disorder. But I was losing weight and working out like way too much, and I went from 360 pounds, which was my heaviest of all time, to 170, and over the course of 2 years. And when I crossed over 200, my taste completely changed. And black licorice became the only thing I wanted to eat at one point, to the point where it got so bad it actually fucked up my digestive system, and I had to like stay away from it and take fucking fiber capsules. And well, that's kind of good. I'm just gonna small bet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He is a queen sometimes. Not a lot though. Not a lot though. Hello, hello. What's all this then? Raise pre-flop, I called. I'm going to check back. The spade's not bad. Necessarily. I'm going to bet for protection and a little bit of value. We get called by every 8. We get called by any pair, obviously. We get called by any spade, really. We only get check raised, though, by a really good draw. And he is an over-trapper. That's my first note on him, so congratulations, you have won $1.80. If you just called it, I'm probably calling a river bet. So if I call it and the river comes off like a red card and he leads, I'm probably going to call. Yeah, but it's this like rich licorice. It's so fucking good. Nobody can hit this one though. Everybody who hits this one just coughs their fucking head off. I mean, it's not only like a monster fucking vape and crazy coils and all like that, but it's so fucking deep. There's a guy, when I first made this, I used to go to a vape shop and show them what I'd made. And they were really cool guys down there. They would also let me try a bunch of shit. Ooh. See, now there's an extra $12.50 here because of the bounty that's possible. So it kind of depends what he does, but obviously the stacks are, nowhere near close to getting in. I'm just going to call. Make the spades. Nice. I'm going to look defensive. I'm going to go kind of small. Snap called. Think he snap calls anything bigger? I don't think so. Do you have a spade? He had the 10 deuce. Wow, we could have gotten it all. He was playing the straight up Doyle. That's the one Doyle actually won the first World Series with, 10 deuce spades. Or his first World Series with. Yeah, I definitely could have gotten him, but the guy's playing way too many hands. I thought he was going to bet again. Oh, but the vape shop. So I used to go down to the vape shop. And when I first made this, it was based off of a recipe I saw online. And I said, it's twisted too. And the guy goes, oh, can I hit it? And I'm like, yeah, but... And before I could say, but I changed the recipe, he fucking took a pull off of it. And this guy did the vape trick competitions and was like just a cloud monster. He took half a pull and just started hacking his fucking lungs out. That's awesome. Let's do it. Ace queen. Pocket tens. Sevens. Ace or king, please. Hey. You got to put more money on the table, man. You probably win this pot if you 3-bet me and I don't 4-bet pre-flop, because I usually won't out of position. But with $20, you're just getting scalped every time. You don't have enough. Sit first hand on the table, by the way. First hand on the table. Sitting at the table for 1 minute. Did everybody catch that? This is first hand. Or his third hand, because he played the blinds. King's not bad. up a good amount of money now. Elon always raises. Come on, buddy. Check. I know this fucking player so fucking well. Oh my god. Oh my god, you are a fucking idiot, bro. Here's the thing, if you guys like hear me say something about somebody and like I'm not kidding, if you want to meet me on the street, you can go fuck yourself. Like this is just stupid. Like I'm a jackass. I will call somebody a fucking idiot to their face. I'm not like a big scary guy. Yes. It's the guy who had the 9s before. Live player. In town for Wsop. He's getting scalped on the cash games. Oh, I was talking about this guy. Sorry, I was talking about this guy. He made it $4 in first last hand. It's interesting. It's not bad. I'll definitely flop with it. Posted in first. What do we think about his skill level? Posted in first. It's a good time to get aces, because if you re-raise, I'm just jamming on you. Gotta love the shorties, yep. Nice. Posts in first. That is so good. Oh. So good. This table's gotten very tight. Like, I know I've been doing some shit, but... I feel very cozy in my outfit. This one's actually like one of my more comfortable sweatsuits. It's white with like peach. It fades into a peach on the sleeves, and the pants do the same things at the ankles or at the calves. And it's great. I love it. It's like being wrapped in a blanket, but goddamn, like if I'm tired at all, it'll put me to sleep because it's like being swaddled. Yeah, it's one of those ones where I have to go a little bit bigger because he's not going to hit it very much, but he's going to beat me with a lot of ace jack, ace 10, or ace jack hands and pocket fives and shit like that. But Why are you whispering? You could ask it in chat. Currently, I'm a little less than 190 or 290, and honestly, very happy. My ideal weight, I think, is somewhere around 250, and I actually signed up for Anytime Fitness for the gym next month because I want to start a gym regimen again. I really like lifting weights, and I love the treadmill. I don't really need much. Like, honestly, free weights is all I really like, because everything I find I got hurt on machines. Like, the worst injury I've ever had, well, gym injury, was on a machine. I dislocated my shoulder on an overhead lat pull down because some asshole walked by and fucked up the counterbalance. So it's one where the arms are independent and you move them like this to widen your rib cage. Guy hit the counterbalance, not paying attention, and my arms went and it just yanked this one right out of the joint. It was really bad, and it was actually, before I made a sound, one of the trainers came running over. He's like, I saw it. Are you okay? And I went, and he's like, I'm an ENT. I'm a personal trainer. He's like, I can help you right now, but if we wait, this is going to swell up and whatever like that. And I was just going, and he just put his hand on my shoulder and just went, and just, ping. Oh, it was like getting punched in the face. It was such a, it was like a percussion wound. It was so violent. It was like somebody behind you, like smacking cymbals together. It was so painful. Small open, we 3-bet. And it came out of joint for years after that. Like, for years. Like, I would wake up in the morning and it would be out of the joint. And I wouldn't feel it. I would sit up and it would be like, and it would be facing the wrong way. I learned how to, like, pick up a book. You could pick up a heavy book and it would put it back in place. So this is interesting. We're obviously checking our entire range here. The ace is kind of bad. The ace is kind of bad. So we may have to bet twice here, turning my hand into a bluff. I am going to bet small and then bet the river. If he has ace-queen, it's kind of a tough call when I do it, but I am going to be bluffing an ace. Nice. Nice. My hand just looks like king-queen. It doesn't look like ace-king. But it could also be ace-queen, so we kind of leave that door open, you know? But, yeah, so just, you know, I just want to get into the routine of, like, waking up, going to the gym, you know, feed you know, take care of the dogs, like, because usually I, like, wake up, get in the bath, after I give the dogs their medications, get in the bath for, like, an hour, and then get up, take them to the park, whatchamacallit, feed them, and then, like, kind of look over the schedule for the day and see what I'm up to. But I think I can actually change that and add an hour and get up, feed them their pill. Because I get up at like fucking 8:30 in the morning now. I changed my schedule for somebody that I care about because I wanted to be up when they were up. More of a morning person. But now I'm stuck with it. Like, I can't get away from it. So, and I don't need to either. I kind of like it. But I never get enough sleep. I always have to take naps. But getting up that early and going to the gym would be awesome. But I also like to go to the gym at 2 a.m., so that might happen. So we're getting 3-bet again by the same guy. I kind of hate it. And I think I'm going to 4-bet this one. Just because this is the third time now. He could be overvaluing hands, so I could have just fucked myself, but the longer he takes, the more I hate it. That's kind of rough. That's kind of rough. I was going to say the heart's not the worst, but it's kind of rough with this comparison because of this. Yeah, because he's going to have ace-king with the ace of hearts, or he's going to have ace-queen with the ace of hearts. So I'm going to let it go. I probably had the best hand, but he has like 15 outs against me. But that sucks. I wish I'd done it last time. I feel like last time he was just pulling a pure move. I'm definitely going to have to start betting twice against him all the time. The ace of hearts just makes too much sense there. Like, because I feel like his timing on the flop was he wanted to raise me, and I didn't really know why. And then when the heart comes off, it's like, fuck. Okay, so if he just jams here, I'm just at a equity disadvantage. So I'm not folding jacks with the jack of hearts, but I have to fold the fives just because he's going to have way too many outs against me, and sometimes he's going to have bigger pairs. Not always playable, but with the current players that are in town, wow. I think I made a good fold. That hand played out the exact same way. Oh my god. Really? Okay. I raised pre-flop, got called. C-betting. This guy's kind of very top pair blind. So if he calls, I may just be done with the hand. I just watched him get in so much fucking money with ace-4 on a very similar flop. Nice. This player opened, and we all called. Wow, full pot? So that's a flush draw. Could be queens, but should be a flush draw or ace-jack. I mean, it is a bounty tournament, so if you want to get the money in, you just might as well make the pots big. But anybody c-betting full pot, it's just like... It's the most polarized thing in the world, but 99% of the time you just see this guy roll over aces. It's like so stupid. He's also going to have queens a lot on when I had the fives, so he could have flopped a full house very easily. Yeah, I don't think I had the best hand looking back at those pocket fives. I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think so. Ugh. It's more interesting over here. It's so funny, guys like Elon who take that much time. Like, I'm rewatching the hand where I raised and he re-raised and I called with sixes and it came off deuce 7-8, and then he bet like 80% pot. But he takes all this time in the world, right? And usually when people take a lot of time out of position, especially, but also in position, they're saying, please don't bet the next street, please don't bet the next street. But if they bet after taking that long, never bluffing. They're like, please raise, please think this is bullshit, please think this is bullshit. Like, it's the same thought pattern for two completely different actions. Like, one they want to get raised, the other one they don't. And it's like, it's just based on their bet. I wanted to play that. This is a bounty tournament. You should just be jamming. He's only got 3K behind. Fucking idiot. He's gonna c-bet. This guy, out of first position last time, he went for 11. Now he goes for 39. This is just 80 blinds. Oh my god. You know what's funny is I probably recognize more regs in your games than on my own tables. Yeah, it's a small player pool, man. It's only like a few thousand people. Like, it's Vegas. Like, 80% of the... Look at this. What a fucking idiot. Only like 80% of the field is in Vegas. And then there's New Jersey and Philadelphia. And Delaware. I think Delaware as well. So, you know, it's like you're gonna see the same names over and over and over again. But right now, the player pool has like 30 or 40% names that I don't recognize. And those are all players in for the WSOP and who have transplanted from California. I kind of want to play this, but Carlton's going to 3-bet if nobody else does. I don't really want to 3-bet it because this guy's going to call everything. He just gave this motherfucker fucking 3,800 chips with fucking 9-6 third pair versus the guy's obvious overpair. 3-bet pre-flop, bet on the... Look at this shit. Bet on the flop, jammed on the turn, and the guy fucking just calls it off. Look at this. On this board, 10-5-6-4. And he got it in on the turn. It was like 2,500 on the turn. Opens for 5. Like, this is just such a live player. And then he's 3-bet and just snap calls. Watch him jam. Watch him jam like ace fucking jack. You missed. I mean, it's just so obvious. Like, but why not get it in pre-flop if you're just gonna... Like, I know he picked up the nut flush draw, but like, he's just gonna fold there so often. Like, why not? Or he's just going to call there so often, even with an ace on the board. Like, players like that just love talking themselves into shit. Oh, you guys didn't see it. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute. Yeah. Who was this? This guy opened... the guy with the queens opened to 575 in first, so like 12 blinds. And then the guy over there with the ace-king 3-bet him to like 16. He calls it. The queen's check, and the guy just jams. And he snap calls. Now he's back. Now he's back with fucking $20. It's hilarious. Now he's just putting in 8 blind. Like, this is just hilarious. Like, yeah. I need to like jump up and down a little bit on break. Get my blood flowing. What do we got? 2 minutes? Hello. Come on, Snake. Do it again. Just calls. Call. Re-raise. It's a pretty good flop. I mean, here's the thing. Ace-Queen, 3-bets a lot. Ace-Jack, calls. So those are really my only problem hands. Queen-Jack's out there. But I think we just check because a lot of times we're going to be up against a set of 10s or 4s. 4s most likely. 5 on the turn. I think we're just going to go big here. Snake wants to do something. I don't think we're going to get any action. Going on break in about a minute. I mean, this guy's played almost every hand. I don't expect him to fold shit. Really? It's a bounty tournament. Let's go. Wow, hold. Hold. Fuck you. Just min raises and snap calls off with the king queen. It's because we're going on break. We're going right on break, right? Yeah. Fucking idiot. All right, I'll be right back. Make a little note here. Oh, God damn it. Where the hell is it? Seriously? I can't make notes on the fucking guy? It just minimized and I can't make fucking notes on him now? Really? Hang on. I gotta try to find it. There it is. The fucking fish note. A lot of good that'll do me. 12,000 would have been nice to have right now. It's fucking awesome. I've been expanding more into tournaments, but not dedicating much study into it. Charts. If you're just getting into tournaments, man, it's all about the charts. Just for different stack sizes. Study 40 big blinds and lower, because that's where you live most of the time in the tournaments. Honestly, 50 and higher, you don't really need to have to worry about it unless you're playing like super big stuff with really good players, like $215 entries and bigger. Other than that, just play 50 and higher like you would 100 big blinds. You know what I mean? Maybe there's some small spots at 50, but anything over that, no. But 40 big blinds is you're going to be your main knowledge in tournaments. Let's see. Global has a daily $500 guarantee progressive knockout that you enjoy. Those are great tournaments, man. Even if it's just $1, first prize in that thing will still be like 175, you know, with the bounties. Ugh, that was so gross. He fucking has to gut it. He has to get a queen or a jack. It's awesome. $75% pre-flop. $28% on the flop. Yeah, I knew it, but I just had to confirm it. He's a fucking idiot. Ugh, that's so annoying. I mean, I still got 26 blinds. I'm okay. 15 minutes till we can get in the other tournament. Oh my god. It's so funny. I've done better in this bounty tournament than I have with bounties. Like, I won it like a month ago, and I had exactly 3 bounties. One, and then mine, and the guy who came in second. This guy takes forever and then opens for 3, and it's just like, Jesus. And I got second in it like a week and a half ago, and I had 1 bounty. It was like the same setup. I mean, he's just such a maniac. I don't know if I'm supposed to fold if he jams here. Wow. I'm more likely to call here if he jams. My fear is he has ace-queen. Yeah. Honestly, I probably, I think 50% of the time I folded the best hand there. It kind of sucks. But he took for so long pre-flop that I feel like he could have queens, kings, and aces. It's kind of gross. It's annoying. I mean, I know he's a tilt mod. Yeah, he's just tilt mod. God damn it. Should have check raised the flop. I'm a fucking idiot. He got re-raised, right? Yeah. It's just jacks plus. How crazy are you? You're going to jam a pair of like eights or something, or ace queen off? That's financing the table. I'm an idiot. I should have called. No, I should have jammed the turn. I'm an idiot. I really feel like I had the right read, but then when he didn't bet all in on the turn, it fucked me up because I was expecting him to jam. But he wasn't doing that. He was setting it up so he could go bet, but he made the bet on the flop too big. So he had ace queen at worst. God, nice sitting out. 11 minutes, we can get in the other tournament. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to. I think I'm going to. Really? First one this guy didn't 3-bet me. Really? Checking the entire range. So he didn't 3-bet me on this one. First time. He goes for the small bet. After looking at the differences in playing progressive knockouts too, I enjoy them. Sometimes he has 10s here, or 9s. Well, he just went for the chop. Wow, you're cold calling with fucking ace high? Jesus. Jesus. Like, or cold calling with ace 5, not ace high. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think it was an equity thing. He didn't have king, queen. He could have had 9s. But I think that's it. Out of first. I mean, we're both super short, so he can have king, queen here. I think I have to jam. Because he's going after bounties. Aces. And it's a big stack. Like, how is that? How do I get that unlucky? Oh, God. That's so unlucky. From a player who played every hand. It's supposed to be a race, like, every time. Wow, that was depressing. Don't want to get in this tournament. I don't know. I'm going to see how many players end up in this thing. I don't know, though. I'm kind of... Tournaments are kind of frustrating me right now. I might not have it for tournaments. Yeah, I don't think I have it in me for more tournaments. So I'm just going to put up more cash games. That's fucking depressing, man. Like, just couldn't get anything going. Like, every time I had, like, ace-king and it gets cracked by king-queen, or fucking pocket kings got cracked by that set. And it's just like, meh. Pocket eights with fucking 13 blinds. 13 blinds every time I jammed with 13 blinds. And I know the guy's coming out of first, but the more likely scenario is that he's hunting me and the guy next to me with 13 blinds. The guy had played every fucking hand and just been a bounty monster with fucking king 9 and fucking jack 10 and, like, insane. That is fucking depressing. I'm also a little tired. Yeah, I'm a little salty after those tournaments. But there's so many good cash games. So I'm going to try to play a little while. Chi-Chi snoring underneath the bed. Pretty good table I'm on. Just got on a good one. Probably should have gotten some food earlier, but I feel okay. Maybe I'll grab my lunch in a minute here. Just because I can have every ace. Four is bad. He has 5-4, ace 4. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm a little hungry. I've only been playing like 2 hours. I'm doing good. I'm making money. But it's just like... So this is a small raised pot. Plays different than the big raise. I mean, granted, I'm in a different position, but Vegas Bell is kind of... Yeah, you take that long, you're getting bet at. Nobody does that to, like, encourage a bet, which they should. But nobody does. Ba, 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 ba. Got a fun one going on the other table, too. It's just 10 jack, but it was a 3-bet. I got to fold. It was a raise and a call, and I thought I was going to get to play it, but somebody did that. So now this happens. If it wasn't suited, I would 4-bet, but when it's suited, we can absolutely just call. Take the equity. Whoa. That's pretty good. Backdoor flush draw, half pot bet. I'm going to take my time. Goddamn fucking 10, motherfucking piece of shit. Oh my god, that's worse than a king. Even a king, he's got to be afraid I have king, queen. Motherfucker. Are you fucking serious with this? Fucking garbage. Nobody ever makes that bluff. That is trash. That is trash. There is a world in which it saved me because he has kings, but that is fucking trash. No fucking way this guy does that. The worst case scenario is that he had the same hand as me, but that I think is not the case at all. Like, at fucking all. Oh, that's trash. So, yeah, I got 4 tables going now. This might be something. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah, you got that. Could 3-bet, but don't really see too much of a need. Yeah, he's not much of a move maker out of the blind. Wow. There's not going to be much going on there, but I got a double gutter. Five and a 9. Working 9 to 5. Do I want to jam on you now? He 3-bet me pre-flop, so he can have an overpair, right? The question is... Yeah, I think I do. Because I raised, he re-raised, I called. Yeah. Yeah. It's half-pot bet is just trash. It's just trash. That player usually bets bigger. That's the funny part. We got this going. Well, the original Razor didn't c-bet, so I'm going to. This is the player who was opening huge in first, so if he limp raises me, I kind of expect it. Ace of diamonds, I can do that. If I don't have the ace of diamonds, I have to bet bigger. Nice. Big draw. Spades or queen 10. Leading, he could have two pair, 10 jack. But usually not. Well, how often does he have a jack here? Like, a lot, bro. From that position, from the hijack, I have all the jacks. I have every combination of a jack with a 10 or higher. So jack 10, jack queen, jack king, jack ace. I have jack 9. I have all the top pairs. You have more of the draws. You have king queen, you have spades, you have 10 queen, you have 10 king. So this player limped, I raised, got called cold, and the player leads out. This is dumb because of this player. This is usually a draw. Yeah. Oh, draws in. Should check back. So you should be up against a hand that may have made just two pair right now. So I don't know if I like betting here. Because queen 9, look at that jack. That'll kill your action. You may as well go big, right? Because he never has ace king. So if you have a king, you just go big. You should have queen jack a ton. King queen and you don't fucking bet. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. Like, you just throw money away when you don't bet that. How does he ever have ace king? Like, worst case scenario, you're trying to push him off a chop. Like, so why not take the bet? Like, he should just bet full pot there. Every time. Because this is never fucking ace king. Ever. I don't care how bad the player is. Like, players just don't do that. So trash. So garbage. But not. Oh my god, players are taking so long. I need to eat, for sure. And the thing about progressive knockouts, man, is that you got to remember the amount of bounty is what the chips are worth. So, like I said, if it's a $10 bounty on a $20 tournament, right, then you count half of a starting stack. If it's a $30 bounty in that same tournament, you count 1.5 starting stacks and just add it to the pot for odds. I'm just going to go ahead and go big. 2/3 is fine. This draw is just too monster. If you want to get it in, we can. Like, as long as nobody has the suited ace of diamonds, I'm fine. But with this many players in, it's just too good. So this player is absolutely on top pair a lot here. So I'm just going to check back. I want to see what they do. That's interesting. So it kind of... I'm going to check it. I don't like it. Wow. Wow. If it wasn't a heart. If it wasn't a heart. Wow. Wow. What a fucking idiot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I mean, I fucked that up. I should have just kept betting through the turn, but that's fucking retarded. Like, that is just brain damage to call there on that gut shot. With a player behind in a four-way pot, like, and I'm betting big. Like, he made no read. Ugh. I might be too hungry. True. A lot of times I bet bigger here to protect an ace, but yeah, I knew it was coming. It's fine. Fucking idiot. I think that's it for me for now. I need to absolutely get some food in me, take a break. It hasn't been long, so I want to come back and stream in a bit. It might just be Fortnite, though, because I need to eat, and I don't know how I feel. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and kill it, and I'm going to send you guys off to a host. I end up, like, right now, I covered all my tournament entries, which was like $61, and I'm ahead $16 in actual money. So what is that, $76 ahead in cash? Not bad, but I'm definitely off. I definitely need food. I'm, like, a little lightheaded, so I'm going to kick it off, and I'll probably be back later tonight, and I'll send you guys to a host. All right, man. Have a great night if I don't see you. If not, I'll be back tomorrow early, probably about noon or 1.